I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to overcook it.
All right. Do you need the questions? Yeah.
So what's the first one about? Who is God?
Yeah, I think that was it, that general one.
So who is God? You know, there's lots of different descriptions about God. You know, God as a father, God as creator, God as the sustainer, and you know, a bit like us, we often have different titles or different ways of you know, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a brother, I'm a son. So I think each of those things informs one another, and you can take them at individual level, but importantly, it gives that bigger picture. It's trying to paint that picture of who this incredible, you know, God is and what he's like, importantly, not just who he is, but how he is. And I think that all of those things at certain times are so important for us on our journey to understand that full picture. Who is God? So why are we instructed to love God? I don't know if we're instructed to love God. I think we're invited to love God. I think it's a responsiveness. There's an action and a response, you know, on our behalf in that, an invitation to enter into a relationship, an active relationship with this God who loves. And so that's one of the things that's powerful for me. God doesn't think love's a good idea. He didn't conjure up the... It says that God is love. And so naturally, to be in a relationship with that God, love is right there because God is love. And so this invitation for us is one in which we can be participants in our world and in our lives.
So what are some ways that we can actually work out that love, some practical ways we can show our love for God?
I think it's interesting that there's not a formula, but some great insights to love God, to love each other, to love our enemies. That almost explains a little bit for us. That gives us some really practical insights of what it looks like to actively participate in this love, you know, to actively seek out the neighbour, you know, to love one another, to care for one another, to think of the other. But so too, even enemies, like that's such a countercultural, that's such a you know, not of this world thing to think about. And so the extent, the extravagance of what we do, not just what we do and how we do it, but why we do it, in relationship with love, with God, and therefore as an outpouring of that place. I mean, that's a powerful concept for us to think about. And it's in both the big and the small. And that's something really important, motivated by that same essence of love of God.